Welcome to our second episode of So Crafty with
Ashley.
and Lisa. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Ashley.
Um,
You can find me on Instagram at Caffeine and Yarn and on Ravelry at Caffeine and Yarn.
I'm on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook as Lisa So Crafty.
And we'll put those all in the description below.
We got some microphones this week, so let us know if the sound's better, the lighting's better. Yeah, you can comment below and we'll read your comments. And we had quite a few people view.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited.
Over 200 views, so that was exciting. And I think we have 31 subscribers.
Yeah.
So
when we get to 100 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway.
Yes.
So tell your friends.
Yes, like, subscribe, comment. So what did you do anything recently?
Not really, just the shop, just work in the shop, and had some classes going on. And you were away.
Yes, we were away. We were in DC, Rehoboth, and then for like the whole week in Ocean City. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in acquisition because we kind of went all over the place, and I got some things at all the places.
Okay. And you're wearing your finished?
I am. I'm wearing my finished Mia. So I blocked it while we were at the beach. That was my first experience really blocking anything. So I had it like spread out on top of the washer and dryer.
Speaking of that, your other things upstairs is blocking.
I forgot. So I did that, and I think I need. Oops, sorry, probably getting muffly, but I need to like pin block it because the peacock's kind of rolling in. But it was 40 something this morning, and I was worried I was going to be too cold. But then it's like 60, almost 70. So
yeah, and it quit raining here. I don't know. We're in Central PA, and it has rained for like 10 days in a row.
Yeah.
It's been, but the sun's out today.
It is. It's very nice.
Great.
Which is nice because we have soccer practice tonight.
Great. I mean, it's still going to be a sloppy mess on the field, but whatever. I'm wearing my FO. This is the Quincy by Shelly Anderson. And I did it in a yarn that has some sequins to it. But there's these little white hairs. I don't like the sequins, I think, are wrapped around a thread.
Okay.
And
it's like the thread is popping.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to lose my sequins or what, but it's okay. So yeah, it's finished. It's kind of poncho. I have a black shirt on underneath, so my sleeve goes to like here, and it's navy blue. So, but it was a fun one. Not a first sweater for people. There were some short rows up here. I messed them up. There's a 3-needle bind off up here. I dropped a stitch, which all things that were fixable, but I did have to. Part of it was user error, and part of it, I just don't think it's a beginner friendly sweater pattern. There's other ones out there that were a lot easier. It was, bottom up, which isn't my favorite. I prefer top down.
Try it on.
Right. Because when you're doing bottom up, you get to here and you're like, is it long enough? And you just kind of have to go with it. But I knew it was going to be kind of a boxy fit. So, and this isn't blocked or anything. I don't really think it needs blocked.
No, I think it looks nice.
But yeah, it's fun. I just wanted some sparkle, like to wear to shows and things that kind of had a little bit of bling coming into the holiday season.
Yeah, it'd be good for like even Christmas parties or things like that.
Yeah. So
did you hold it with mohair?
I did not. It's just this yarn.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And I used 6 skeins. So 5 and then part of the 6, but if you're going to make my size, then you would need the whole 6 skeins because I did run out, and I used the recommended needles, which were 6s and 7s. Before we get into like our works in progress, some of the comments we got from some of my customers were the terms we use, they're not familiar with. We watch a lot of podcasts and, the lingo, I guess. FOs. When we say FO, that means finished object. WIP is a work in progress. So that's what we're working on. And every once in a while, you'll have a HO, HO, and that's a half object. So if you're making gloves or socks, things like that you might have one finished and not the other, then that would be a HO or a half finished object. And I think that's
the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry if anybody didn't understand our lingo last time.
We're learning.
So. As my girlfriend says, she knows the codes, or she doesn't know the codes.
Yeah.
So those are the codes.
I do not have anything officially finished. I am ready to bind off though, and I was really hoping to finish it, but I didn't. I wanted to try and use as much of my yarn as I could.
Oh, so pretty. You're almost.
Yes, but I think I'm to the point where I'm going to be done with this.
Yeah.
So do you have more? I guess do you have more?
I have
photos?
2 more finished
Okay,
objects.
I'll let you finish those.
So
Wait, my
last
lips.
time I showed you my
Oh.
10 stitch number 10 shawl. I did not make it as big as the pattern said. I really should have had 3 more sections.
That would have been very big.
It would have been very big. So I just decided it's good.
Mhm.
It's going to be very wearable. I like my shawls with kind of the point in the front, and then you mess with the ends and bring it around. And this one I would probably especially mess with, so you could kind of see all the colors as I'm wearing it. But no, I'm real pleased with it. I wear a lot of vests in the winter, and I like, kind of the cozy around my neck. Then I had 10 skeins of yarn. I had partial balls. And I thought, I could throw it in my scrap basket, but no, I'm going to use it up. So I crocheted this. What it is you crochet a big granny square. And then I've done a few in the past and I wasn't pleased with how they fit. It fit like a bolero jacket and it didn't really. So I altered the pattern, which there really is no pattern. I just started a granny square and just went. But I did put sleeves on it this time. So you actually wear it kind of like a cardigan. Try to flip this on. And I think I'm going to put a button. I haven't found the button yet, but I'm going to stand up and kind of turn around so you can see. And it's just a big granny square. It kind of goes down. I want it to kind of close. So I think I'm going to put a button probably like where the pinks meet there. Just so it's more like a cardigan.
Yeah, and not kind of messing with it or falling off as much.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I did with my scraps because I didn't want to throw it in my scrap basket, which is overflowing. It's like, I'm going to use what I have. And I think I just lost my computer. You guys see a green light? Sorry about that. And if this is all muffly, I'm sorry about that also.
We're learning. We are.
We'll get it. Okay, so those are my 3 FOs.
You were busy.
I was. But, things kind of get to that point that everything's kind of ready to be finished.
I'm probably going to be there here pretty soon.
Yeah, so some weeks we're going to have tons of things that are finished.
Mm-hmm.
Some weeks we're not going to have anything that's finished. Depends on where you are.
Yeah.
And how much time you have.
Yes, like I had lots of knitting time. So I have half a sweater.
Yeah. Yay.
So, yeah.
All right, so let's go on to whips.
All right, so this kind of showed this last week. So this is my Easy Goes It shawl by, where did I put that? Michelle Higgin. So my little rag stitch marker was here. So I did all of this last week.
Good.
I did an extra. There's a 4-row repeat for this lace section. I did a full extra one, and then I just kind of got tired of. It was getting really tight with all the yarn overs, so I did a couple where I did like 3 rows and then just one of yarn overs to end it because I really wanted to use all the yarn. But I didn't want to play too much yarn chicken. So I'll probably call this good and bind off. This is my Grateful, which was the Rags Steel City Yarn Crawl color. And I have it, and I didn't talk about these last week. This is a yarn cozy, so they're super simple. They only take like 12 or 15 grams of yarn, so it's good to use up some sock yarn that you still want to use. This pattern is from Nitty Natty. She has a 100-gram skein, and then she has mini ones that I think will hold 25 or 50 grams, and there's also a crochet version. So I think I got all the patterns. It was something like maybe $11 or something on Ravelry. Okay. But I like these just because to use up some yarn, and then also it's nice because if not, I feel like this just bumbles everywhere, and then you're kind of left with a mess. So it definitely keeps it nice, even once you're down to hardly anything. So that's that.
Okay, whips. Mine. So I've been commissioned to make Christmas stockings for a customer for Christmas. So it's just fun to show.
Oh my goodness.
These are my hexagons. I have to make 4 Christmas stockings. So each Christmas stocking takes 17 of these. So I did do like one in its entirety just to kind of see how it would, let me get closer, how it would play out. And then I started doing assembly line. So I have like the first and second round done on all of them. So then I'll go to round 3, then I'll go to round 4, and then I can start assembling. So it's order season for me. I have quilts to do. I have Christmas stockings. Yeah. So this is my, kind of my busy season. I have 2 more whips. Do you have?
I have 2 more also.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So this is another one that I did show last week, and I actually changed it. So this is my son Ethan's Musselboro hat in the Riot DK neon. So I'm getting some more colors, which is fun. I'm still holding it with the black. I think what I'm going to do is once I get to the point on the Musselboro where the brim would be, I'm going to maybe alternate, just do like one strand of the neon and then one strand of black to kind of stripe it out some. And then I think I'm going to finish it in just the neon.
Fun.
But I had to rewind it because it was
I wonder if you do a section right in the middle of just black.
I also thought of that because if you
then either way he wore it, the brim would be black.
I thought of that too because on the pattern, on the Musselboro pattern, it gives you like the 2 ends and the different, like how many inches it should be, to get like the brim part.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do that just because this held together is like worsted, if not thicker, and it's going to be super hot.
And I wonder, like, then on really cold days, he could have like the thicker part against his head.
Yeah.
And then on days that, maybe you're chilly, but not super cold, he could have the thinner part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just kind of playing around with it. It's my first one. My sister-in-law has made all of her kids, her husband, they all have like multiples of them. She's always knitting one.
Okay.
So
I want to start one. I've never made one.
It's fun. It's super easy. The cast on's a little fiddly, but I watched a couple different YouTube videos about them to see what.
I even saw where people cast it on basically like the toe of a sock. Like using that Jenny's magic cast on something.
I did like a crochet version. You basically kind of almost like you're doing a crochet around the needles.
Like a magic loop.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's what I did the first time, and then I ripped this out because I had it in different yarn, and then I changed whenever he found this. Okay. Here. So that'll be hopefully.
Yeah, I think I want to do mine in sock yarn. Like I want to sock weight. I have some really pretty like one skein.
Yeah, and
that I picked up at shows that, I don't know. Some of them I feel like it's almost too pretty to be socks.
Yes, I agree.
Like I don't know. So that would be a good option for those one skeins that you don't know what to do with.
And even if you do end up running out, if you really do like that color, you can always just throw in something because how it's constructed, it folds together. So it's a double thickness. So you can just put that on the inside.
Yeah, it almost looks like a big football.
Yes.
Like a big oblong. So you knit from one end down the middle and you have this huge tube for quite a while. Then you decrease on this end and it fits inside itself. So like it's either double layer and then honestly if you fold up the brim, it's like quadrupled. So, yeah. Okay. My next FO, which I've been working on this for about a year, and I am going to finish it. It is the Heirloom Quilt Cardigan, and they are all like quilt blocks, aren't they? So I started, and I have like 3 blocks that I'm not going to use. I started just using, so this is leftover yarn from another sweater. I pulled it all out. And then the off-white is from my shop. But I started just using all the colors, mixing them together. And then I started using the off-white and decided that's really how I wanted to go. I want to just use the off-white with a color in the middle.
I like that.
I do too. Now there's some I'm questionable. I don't know. We'll see. This one. This is the one. It's really subtle. I mean, it is a different, it's a light blue.
It's almost
purpley blue. Yeah. But I was on a goal. I was going to do 1 square a day and I did real well for a little bit. And then, it got put aside. But now that fall is upon us, I am getting this back out and I am going to finish this guy because I have all these blocks done. Like I'm probably over halfway there.
Yeah.
So I just need to put it back on my queue and start working on it again. But that, I hope, will be an FO in the next month or so.
This is a new cast on from last week. I had just the yarn. And this is my flax worsted by Tin Can Knits. This is for my son, Ethan. I have kind of a mess here. So I did an entire ball for the yoke, and then I just kind of went down. I have about 3 inches after I split for sleeves. And I have my little, so I'm a super big Disney fan. I have my little Minnie Mouse. I also have a Mickey. This is from 3 by the Sea. So a little stitch marker. And then once I finished that first one, I started the sleeves. I'm eventually going to fade into some Christmas red, I believe is the color. And so I started on the sleeves to kind of give me an idea about how long I needed. This one, I also kind of started doing, I've seen people do decreases this way. You can kind of see my light bulb stitch markers. So I'm doing it when I started and then every 10 rows. I do socks that way too, just because I figured off of my gauge I needed around 35 rows to get the 6 inches before I started to decrease. And I was working on this when I was at the beach, so I was kind of just trying to keep track of it that way so I didn't have to constantly
Now, where are you
measure.
going to add the red? Because I know you wanted it to be kind of like Christmas red with it.
So I'm going to do the bottom and then like the sleeves, and then I think I'm going to slowly fade it in.
Okay.
Do like a stripe of like a row of red and then a couple rows of gray and then 2 of red and just kind of fade it in that
That'll
way.
be pretty.
So that's what I was kind of trying to see. When I tried this on him, I had split for sleeves and had maybe an inch after, and it was still like I had a lot of ways to go. So
Okay.
I'm also doing a pretty big size for him. He's 4 going on 5. I think he had like somewhere around a 26-inch chest. And the pattern I'm doing, I believe, goes to a 30-inch chest.
That's
so
okay.
that'll
It'll
give
fit
him
him
some
next
room.
year.
Yes, because I'm not knitting him a sweater for 1 year. But my goal is to get it done by the end of, hopefully before November, but his birthday's in November. So
Okay.
this is going to be a Christmas birthday present.
Good. My last whip work in progress is the Sunday shawl. I think I talked about this last time that I was going to cast it on. I'm sorry. This is the Sunday wrap. It is a pattern from Espace Tricot, Lisa D. Fruscia, Fruscia. It is a free pattern. There is the shawl and the wrap. So I was trying to get shop samples. So my friend did the shawl and I'm doing the wrap. So it is all done in Kelborn Woolen Scout, which is 100% wool. You do sections. So this is a twisted rib section, and then there's just a stockinette, and then another twisted rib section. I'm ready to start another stockinette section, and it's going to be a big, I think it's called a parallelogram, I believe. It is going to be that shape. I think you can see that. Yeah, and this is a free pattern. It's easy peasy. It's TV knitting. Knit purl, you increase on each side. So you start with like 218 stitches and then it's going to get bigger. So, but it's kind of fun. And I really like this color. I really like this for fall, this mustard goldenrod color. So that is my other work in progress. Okay.
All right. So kind of moving on to acquisitions then. I got a lot. I've kind of figured I would talk about my trip a little bit during acquisitions because when we were at places, I was getting yarn and fun things.
Good.
So the first, we went down to DC. We went to the National Museum of Natural History.
Fun.
Ethan loves dinosaurs and animals, so he really liked that. I had been looking all over places to see, trying to get this out, different yarn stores and things like that. There was one pretty close. There was also one in Virginia that I had looked at going, but it was kind of the opposite way of what we were going. So I found it's called Looped Yarn Works. It's in DuPont Circle. And it was nice because we got off of the metro and it was a little like farmer's market. So we had some time to kill before the shop opened. So we walked around the little farmer's market. Ethan got a pretzel to eat. Robert got like a sandwich or a burrito or something. I got a gluten-free. It was a, what was it? think it was a raspberry or cranberry or something muffin. It was
Oh,
really
yum.
good. So we got there. It's a little shop. I'll put a picture of it here. There, it's on the second floor of this building, just kind of nicely tucked in there. It was nice. It was super cute. There was like 2 rooms. But from talking to the lady there, they do a lot of kind of different yarns, like a lot of
Mhm.
imports, just kind of that more high end sort of thing, or like not necessarily like local hand dyed,
Right.
which was really what I was looking for. But I did find this. So this is from Germany. It's called Punk Rock Unicorn.
How neat.
The color is self love, but it's these pinks and kind of burnt oranges, and then it goes down to pinks and just kind of a light cream color. Um, so when I was there, she told us that they were the only shop in the U.S. that sold it.
Wow.
Um, I actually tried to look. So they're from Germany. Their website was all in German. It took me a while to figure out how to get to English. When I did, there's actually a shop near Pittsburgh that also sells
Which
this
one's
yarn.
that? Which shop?
I don't remember, and I
Okay.
couldn't find it. I couldn't figure out how to get it back into English again.
Okay.
So I'll have to look, and I'll maybe put it down below.
Okay.
But this, I'm super excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I think maybe it would look good with like a gray or a brown,
Mhm.
or like some mohair.
Mhm.
Still on that mohair kick if I
Yeah.
want to knit with mohair.
Yeah.
Um, but this was my DC yarn.
I love
From
it.
what I talked to the people there, they don't know anyone who hand dyes in DC proper. So if anyone knows anyone that dyes in DC or any like stitch markers or anything like that, I'm trying to hit all 50 states
Mhm.
plus DC, and I'm trying to get something from all the states that are handmade in that area.
Fun.
So
Okay.
that was our first one.
Well, acquisitions. I didn't get to go anywhere, but my friend Lori went to Lancaster, down kind of like the quilt shops, and so she brought me back a present. She got 4 skeins, 2 for her, and she let me pick, and I chose these. And it's the Alpaca Yarn Company watercolors. This is hand dyed lace weight. It's 78% alpaca and 22% nylon, and it is colorway carnival, and it is gorgeous.
It is.
And what I'm thinking of doing with this, I wanted to talk to her and see if we kind of want to do something like together, but I'm thinking of making a Sophie scarf. I think it would look really pretty, like with the sweater I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And a Sophie is just a big long scarf, and you knit. So I have 250, no, I have 225 grams. This has 257 yards. So there's tons of yarn on here, but I would hold it with something else. I was thinking a navy blue or something, and then knitting a Sophie scarf.
Even something light, like
Mm-hmm.
almost like the color of your blocks
Yeah,
there,
maybe
because then that
like
would.
an off-white. I don't know. I was thinking of wearing it with this sweater because I was working on this sweater when she brought it back for me. I was like, ooh, that matches.
Yeah.
That could be fun. So I don't know, but I'm definitely thinking there's the Sophie, and then there's a bunch of different ones that have come out that have a little bit of different stitch design. But with Surrey alpaca, you don't want any kind of real busy stitch design because you're not going to see it. It kind of fluffs and it blooms. There's, fuzz to it. So, and it's kind of really next to skin soft. So that's why I'm thinking of like some kind of a neck scarf type thing. Yeah. But thanks, Lori. It's gorgeous and I appreciate it very much.
So then the next date I bought, so I bought needles it's called Sea Needles. It's in Bethany Beach. It was a nice little yarn shop. A lot of the yarn shops close or to Ocean City, I've noticed, do a lot of the cross stitch. So it was probably mostly cross stitch. She did have a good variety of like a lot of like Cascade and Barocco and stuff like that. Just wasn't again what I was looking for, but I got the 16-inch needles that my muscle burrows on
Okay.
because I was doing that magic loop, and I hate magic loop. It's just, it's fiddly, and if it's something I think small, it's okay, but to do the whole hat magic loop, I was getting tired of it. And it actually worked out because it was the same size as the sweater needles. They were both 8s. So then I just did both, one on each sleeve.
Yeah.
And called it good.
Now, do the 16-inch, do they hurt your hands at all?
No.
Do you have any like hand fatigue or anything?
No, but I like the small ones. Like I have the short chigus, and
Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah. I have those too, but I can only use them for a little bit and then they hurt my hands.
I actually, I knit on the short chigus with a 32-inch cable.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I have the set, so I like the 3-inch ones if I can.
Yeah, I don't know, I have a set or 2 of them, and I don't use them a ton.
But I like them. I like them for socks because
you just do them all in 9-inch circulars.
Yes. And
see, I'm a magic looper.
And then I do magic loop for the toes once you get down too far.
Yeah.
But then the next place I went, I went, and right now I'm calling this my Maryland yarn. I may find something else, but this was the Salty yarn. It's in Berlin. They used to be in Ocean City in the boardwalk, and they moved maybe 2 years ago. But this is Shirsty Cat Designs, which they are actually from PA dyeing. This is their salty yarn exclusive called Salty Seas. So it's just this like pretty blue
and there's sparkle,
and there's some Selena in it. So this I found, and it was their only skein that they had left. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get that. But then I started looking, and I found these. So this, I think, may be my love note. I kind of wanted to have something in mind whenever I ordered it. So this is called Frog March. Kind of similar greens, lime green, some like lighter.
What color
blues.
would you do it with mohair?
Yes.
What color?
I was thinking either something light or like a light green, maybe.
So I have out there like a mint green, like kind of that mint color.
So I got 2 of those, so I have some options because I didn't want to just get one and then not have.
Right.
So I got 2 of those, and this while we were there, which Berlin, we love Berlin. It's a super cute little town. This one's actually on the outside of Berlin, but downtown is super cute. There's all these little shops. They have different. We went to a bakery. It's called Baked. It was delicious. They have. I think what else they have, like antique stores and toy stores, and we went to like an oil and vinegar store as well.
Oh, fun.
So we got
like infused.
Yeah, like, or you can just get the like bottles of it to bring home.
Cool.
So we got a couple of those when we were there on Sunday for their little market, which was nice. I got some more gluten-free stuff. My husband got some, what was it, hard lemonade, or I think it was. It was really good from a local brewery. And we just got a couple other things there. So it was nice to just kind of go around.
Stomp around.
Yeah.
Well, do you have one more?
I have one more.
Go ahead.
This wasn't from whenever we were I had talked about this before. This is my Little Wolf Knits. It's Christmas number 12 on her Sunfish base, which is her sock 75 superwash merino 25 nylon. This is going to be my Twisted Tea ribbing and sleeves for my Twisted Tea. So I'm excited. This is, I believe, a Harry Potter colorway. It's an older one.
It's pretty.
I looked at a couple of different ones, but I don't know why I kept going back to this one. So
I like that.
I'm excited.
Now, where'd you get that one from?
This is from Little Wolf Knits. So this was online. I bought it.
Okay.
Brianna, she has a podcast also.
Okay.
And then she dyes yarn, does candles, and a couple of different things. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have one more thing, and I need assistance. So this is yarn. Not new. I didn't require it. It's called Passion Knits Yarn. I don't know where they're from. The colorway is Spellbound, and I picked it up at a fiber festival somewhere. So it's kind of purples and greens and yellows. But then I picked up this Surrey alpaca and silk, and this is from River Rat Yarns, and they're based around Pittsburgh. And this is kind of, well, mostly purples, a little bit of browns. I'm thinking I could hold these together, and I want to make a sweater. I have made 2 love notes. I've made a ranunculus. So I want something along that line. So if any of you know any patterns that are similar to the love note, the ranunculus, that you can hold fingering and, mohair, Surrey alpaca together. So yardage wise, I only have 463, let's say 900 yards. So I have about 900 yards of this, and then I have lots of this. I'm not really worried. Well, no, I lied. There's 328, so I actually have less of this. So I have about, 650?
I also thought of using those two with whatever pattern you make and doing something together.
Yeah.
So
that's what I need help though. I mean, I would gladly make another love note. I wear mine pretty frequently. I've made a ranunculus, but I thought if there's something else fun out there that would use that, anybody's done. I did make the Joji Locatelli, and I'll try to wear it maybe next podcast. It's called the Lacy Boxy, and it's sections.
Yes, I had looked.
So you do like a section of fingering and then a section of mohair or Surrey. So that's another possibility, but I've already made one. So I'm kind of looking for something along that line, but maybe a new pattern or a new designer that I don't know about, because I love to support other makers. And yeah.
Have we looked to see if Nicolette has anything?
No, I have not. We'll have to look. Yeah. We have a local gal that she moved here from New York City, Nicolette Corley, and she's on Ravelry. Nicolette Corley Designs. She has some beautiful. She really likes colorwork sweaters. Some of them are pretty intricate. I do some color work, like, but this is kind of my color work. Like, I don't know that I'm up for an all over color work sweater, because I know myself. I'd quit. I'd get weary, and it would go in my whip pile.
Yeah.
So, coming up, I have some classes here at the shop that are coming up. If you're local, obviously, if you're not local, I can't come to do classes. We have gnome painting. My friend Tammy Wood is doing a resin pumpkin. We're going to make a little necklace, and it's made out of resin clay, and you bake it. And so that should be a pretty fun class. The class I advertised and I advertise on Facebook. So if you like me on Facebook, Lisa's So Crafty, that's where you see what classes are coming up. And the first class is pretty full, so we may add a second night and see if, anybody else is interested.
And your gnome class is coming up. It's the 8th and 9th. Is there 2 days for that?
There's 2 weeks. So yeah, there's 8th and 9th, and then the following Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure of the dates, but they're doing 2 different projects.
Okay.
There were some folks that missed out on last year's gnome. We've been doing these gnomes for going on 5 years.
Oh, geez. I didn't realize that.
I know. We can't believe they're still going, and people still love them, and it's great. And if you're a gnome person, check it out. Every month is a different theme. Like this month is like pilgrim. You can do a pilgrim boy, you can do a pilgrim girl. And then there's a little turkey. The next week we're doing kind of a catch up that people that missed the ones, they can come in and make the little turkey. It's like a gnome with like turkey feathers on the back. So they're real cute. If you're local, I have samples here. They're out on the counter, so you could stop in and see them.
And then also on the 19th, Rags Fiber Fair in Delmont, PA. You'll be there. I'm going to try and get to that too.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to be in costume. The vendors get to dress up in costume since it's a Halloween. I just ordered 2 new bases of yarn. So I'm going to, this is my hand dyed. I kind of use it as our prop behind us, because why not? It fills up the white wall and it's pretty. But I ordered 2 different bases. So this is a super wash nylon. I got 100% wool, and I got some Surrey. So I'm going to see how they dye up. Yeah. Yeah. I thought, I kind of have enough sock yarn for right now. But my question is, I want to dye fall colors. I'm thinking oranges, browns, but is it too late? Like, should I be focusing more on like winter, like reds and greens and blues and, Christmassy colors?
I mean, we're only in October. I feel like you can do till November.
And I mean, not that like fall colors, you can only knit them in the fall. Like, I mean, come on. I could knit brown for the rest of my life and be perfectly happy. So, yeah. But I'll be dyeing, not literally, hopefully. But I'll be down in the kitchen dyeing the next week or so.
I think we should take some video of you dyeing.
Okay.
Maybe put in some.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, show you my Subway oven down there.
Yeah.
That's what I use to cook my yarn, is an old Subway oven. So but it works.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm trying to think what else.
I think that's it.
Any
I have my
plans?
grandkids for the weekend. So my daughter's 30th birthday is on Saturday. So they went away for the weekend. So I'm babysitting Mimi this weekend. So
We have a lot of stuff actually this weekend. There's the Bloom Farm Fest.
Okay.
And then we have a baby shower and then the football games on Saturday.
Oh, is it Saturday?
Yes.
I wondered because Read Under the Lights is at the school over at the football field Friday night. And I was like,
They don't have enough refs to ref everyone on Friday. So then they have to
Interesting.
on Saturday.
Interesting.
Yes.
Huh. Well, it might be a good gig if you want to be a ref.
There you go. Yeah.
Get yelled at every Friday night.
Yeah. And then something that we just kind of started in the works. We think we're gonna do a knit along in like sometime at the end of the year after everyone's Christmas knitting's done. So we kind of been back and forth about maybe doing something together, but Christmas knitting starting, trying to finish all of that to get everything ready for the holidays. So let's keep an eye on that. We'll probably post more later. But if anyone is any makers or anything and anyone wants to donate any prizes, we're probably only going to have like 1 or 2 this year, but hopefully it's something we can do
Yeah, and I'll
every year.
donate. I'll donate stuff from the shop for sure, whether it's a hand dyed or, something, stitch markers or, I'll for sure. And I'll donate from the shop too for the 100 subscribers if we get there.
Yeah, I think we will. So
I think we will. I think we will too.
Keep liking and
We
sharing.
had great feedback and I appreciate everybody that watched. It's really fun.
Yeah, definitely.
A little nerve-wracking to put yourself out there, but it's
fun.
It is fun.
Wow.
And just sharing what we love to do.
Yeah, it was actually funny today. I stopped before I came here and got lunch, and one of the local shop owners told us that she was watching us, and I told her to watch out for Monday for this one. So
yeah, so we're hoping we podcast. Today's Thursday. We podcast. We're hoping, life happens, but we're really going to try to podcast every other Thursday. And then Ashley is doing the technical stuff. Thank you so much. She's doing the technical stuff. I'm going to edit and, get all the show notes and get all that kind of stuff done. And then we'll post it on every other Monday.
Yeah, it was definitely a learning curve. My computer was out of space. I was also traveling, so I was editing in the car, which was kind of interesting. So it took some work, but we got it.
It looked good. I thought, for our first gig, it looked not bad.
And we honestly don't edit much, so it's more just adding the little kind of fancy texts and things like that. So.
Yeah. And we'll see. I mean, if the editing gets to be too much, we might just go live.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. They just go live and just have to.
We may go live. Probably going to go live at Rags too.
Sure.
At least for a little bit to kind of walk around and see what's all there.
Yeah. And anywhere I am, I'm going to try to take video clips, so you can kind of see. I had a craft show last weekend and I bailed. It was rainy. I've done this craft show before. It's a lovely craft show. However, it's in a lady's yard at her house. And we had so much rain. Rain was predicted for that day. And I just didn't want to deal with the mud. So I bailed. I didn't go. But what are you going to do? I've had things there ruined before with mud and splashing. And I was just like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Rags is my next show.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
And I hope everybody has a great 2 weeks.
Yep.
See you soon.
Time.
Bye.